Hi there, I'm Jessica Hess, and I'm here to talk today about inspiration. I spent 2 years as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and 3 years teaching stamping, card making, and scrapbooking classes in a scrapbooking store. I heard a lot from a lot of people every day that I worked. I'm not creative. I can't do this. I can't do that. You need to teach me. Show me how to make it just like you. It's not important to make it just like the sample or just like something you see on the internet or in a book or magazine. I'm going to talk today how you can be inspired and how you can make something from your own imagination, or just take a color or a shape and create something completely new. Some things that inspire me that I use as a jumping off point sometimes when I'm being creative are photographs. I carry my camera with me in my purse everywhere I go, and of course I take a lot of pictures of my little girls with it, but I also sometimes will see a pretty tree or flower or a shape or a piece of art, and I'll snap a picture of that as well. Maybe even a few, a close-up, a far away, perhaps something that shows the colors. And I am very inspired by those things as well. I'll often take something that I've taken a picture of and turn it into a sketch. If you're not a drawer, that's not important, but that's just another way that I'm inspired, a way that I like to create. Sometimes it's not even that great of a sketch. It doesn't matter, just an outline, like this funny little daisy here. Not important, doesn't have to be great. Just something that shows a shape that I'm interested, or how to connect different shapes. I love flowers, and tulips are my favorite, so sometimes I sketch those just from memory or sometimes from a photo that I've taken. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. When you're drawing or creating something like a scrapbook page or a card, you're creating it on paper. It's not like you've messed up your car or the walls of your house or tattooed something crazy on your face. It's just a piece of paper. You can throw it away or flip it over. Try again. I made a mistake yesterday, and I am not embarrassed to say I do it all the time, but that's how you learn. I created this cute flower, and I was coloring it in with Copic markers. Now, I've used Copic markers quite a lot, and I know that they soak through the cardstock, but for some reason in my mind, I did not think to myself, hey, that might soak through the thing I had created on the page before. And look, you can totally see it's ruined. You can see the stem of the flower and the first 2 rows of the petals that I was coloring, and it kind of ruined my cute fun doodly page here that I created. But that's okay. I think I might go back and write something on here about how it's okay to make mistakes and how we learn from that. Another thing that inspires me is shapes. And you don't just have to see those from photographs like I said earlier. They're everywhere. They're in fabric, they're in, the shapes of buildings and all kinds of things around us. But one easy way to look at shapes is by looking at sketches. You can buy books and magazines, but you can also find them online. There's tons of things. One of my favorite, of course, is Becky Higgins. This is a great book for scrapbooking sketches, but there's lots of things out there for card making sketches as well. And whether you're making a scrapbook page or a card or something else, even altogether, like maybe a quilt or a skirt or a shirt, maybe you even just want to embellish something that you already have. Let's say you want to add some flowers to your t-shirt. You can look at a sketch and get an idea of how things should be lined up or a shape you want to create, and use that as your jumping off point. I love scrapbooking. I have a lot of scrapbooking magazines and books saved up from years past, but it's great to look at all the styles, even if you aren't interested in modern, or let's say you like modern but you're not interested in the vintage style of perhaps somebody like Tim Holtz. It's important to still look at all the tools and all the different things that everyone does. Learn something new, and even if you don't like that person's style, you might learn something new by watching a video or looking at pictures that they've posted, and then that'll give you an inspiration. I love the clean and simple style of Rebecca Cooper. I love the modern artsy style of Ali Edwards. I absolutely love the fun arts and crafts style of Jennifer McGuire. And she creates both cards and scrapbook pages, so it's all intertwined. Even sewing, you can get ideas for those things from here. Jewelry making even. And I love to get tons and tons of ideas from catalogs. Of course, Hero Arts and Stampin' Up! Are my favorite. Inspiration is everywhere, and you don't have to be an expert at something in order to be inspired. You don't have to do something exactly the same way. It's just a way of learning and a way of practicing and a way of seeing everything around you in a new way or a more creative way. And I don't believe that you have to be a fabulous artist or you have to have been born this or that in order to be a creative person. I think it's practicing. I think it's doing it every day. I think it's looking around you every day, opening your eyes, listening to some music or reading a book or a poem. Those things are inspirational too. And you can incorporate all those things into anything that you create. So it's a way of living and doing and trying. And if you try, you might try again and again. And anything, learning anything new takes practice. So I hope that you're inspired. I hope you'll stop back again and watch another video in the future. And I like to talk about inspiration, and I like to talk about sharing, sharing creative ideas. So I hope you'll stop back again soon and leave me a comment. Talk to me about what inspires you. Leave me a link. I love that. I'll come and see what inspires you. And I hope we can share again in the future.